Okay, everybody. I'm Dan Monks. I'm going to host this DRB meeting this evening. It's a DRB meeting for Tuesday, January 5th, 2021. We're going to do our best to make sure this goes smoothly. This is our first try at a Zoom DRB meeting, so please bear with us. Charlie Kopp is the chairperson, and I will be deferring to him on procedure, but he's authorized me to lead this Zoom meeting subject to his direction. Since I have
do is fine.
Am I doing okay, Charlie?
Yeah, I'm okay. Whatever you do is fine.
Okay. Since I have the Zoom account, I've got the power here to control the meeting. So let's go ahead and get started. Our first item on our agenda this evening are the minutes from I can't even remember when the last meeting was, but our minutes from our last meeting. So we would be looking for a motion to approve those minutes if people feel.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, so Charlie, of course, made the motion.
I'll second it.
Okay, Charlie Kopp seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, so that's a unanimous vote. If we don't have a unanimous vote because of state statute, when you're on a digital meeting like this, we'll have to do a roll call. But as long as it's unanimous, we can just can move forward. We do have one meeting or one hearing this evening, and I'm going to go ahead and, as is the practice, read the witness oath. And so anybody who presents information to the board this evening, you'll be doing so under oath, and the oath states, I solemnly swear or affirm under the pains and penalty of perjury that the statements I make, testimony I give, and other evidence I submit to the board at the board's public hearing held on this date shall be true and correct to the best of my knowledge and belief. So please remember that if you are presenting information to the board this evening, it will be under oath, as per usual. Next item on our agenda is any disclosure of ex parte communications or conflicts of interest by board members with regard to the matter before us. Are there any board members that have a conflict or disclosure of an ex parte communication? Seeing none. Okay. All right, we'll move on to our hearing. The hearing this evening is Greater Heights Tree and Land Management, Inc., 1246 Burgess Road. These folks are seeking approval for the demolition of an existing structure on that site and the construction of a new structure in the same location. So Jason or Eamon, who's going to take the lead on this?
I'm going to take the lead, and Jay's going to assist me. He's going to present the plans that we have.
Okay, so Eamon, why don't you, for the record, just introduce yourself and for the minutes, and then we can have Jason can share the site plan, and you can go through that if that makes sense.
Sure. So for those that don't know me, my name is Eamon Mulligan. I work for MSK Engineering and Design. We were hired by Dave Dents and Mike DeGata of Greater Heights to develop a site plan and demo plan so that they could plan on demolishing the existing Burgess Brothers building that, as Dan said, is located at 1246 Burgess Road, and construct another building within the same footprint of the current garage. So the existing building that's located on site was used by Burgess for heavy machinery, mechanics, as well as partial office area. The original structure was roughly 5,700 square feet. We're looking at reducing the size of that by almost 700 square feet, reducing the overall footprint, reducing the overall office area, and then along with that, adding some other improvements to the property. These improvements would include paving the drives, so including or installing paved aprons off of Burgess Road, along the existing driveways, that provide access to the existing building. Decreasing the size of the parking lot that is currently on site. Adding screening between the parking lot and the road to, of course, provide screening of employee vehicles while they're there during business hours, and then additional street trees to be placed along Burgess Road.
Okay. Anything further, or do you want to just put, Jason, do you just want to put up the building elevation so folks can see that, and then I'll go to board for questions.
Yep. Give me a second. These are the elevations, right?
Okay. Yep. We can see them.
Okay.
Okay. So, Jason, I'm going to, just to make it easier for me to see folks, I'm going to ask you to stop sharing, and we can put them back. We can put the stuff back up if anybody has any specific questions that we need to take another look. But I'm just going to run down members just to make it easier. See if they have any questions. So I'm going to start with Charles Koukouris. Charles, do you have any questions for the applicant this evening?
About the contamination, was there any testing done on contamination? Or is that a factor in this?
Paul Miller has been on site, and I'm going to ask Dave or Mike to provide more information on this. But I believe that when Paul Miller was on site, additional monitoring wells were installed to the north and northwest of the building.
Yeah, so we hired Paul Miller to work with us on this, and we worked directly with the state of Vermont. They actually, before we'd even acquired the property, were on us about the things that needed to be done. So we worked with Paul Miller through the state and removed there was a fuel tank in the ground that was practically brand new. Wasn't an issue. There was a previous spill that they had there. There was some monitoring wells that were already in place. The state wanted to have those tested and a couple of additional monitoring wells put in, which we did do. So it is my understanding at this point that everything that the state had requested has been completed, and we are awaiting a letter from the state giving us clearance, basically, that everything is good to go.
Great. And just for Linda, as the minutes secretary, I know you can probably see Dave's name on the screen, but that was Dave Dentz. And Dave, you're one of the principals with Greater Heights Tree and Land Management, correct?
That is correct.
Okay, great. Just want to make sure that gets into the record. So Dave, thank you. Charlie, do you have any follow-up questions or any other questions?
No.
Great. Okay, thank you. And Dave, thank you for that answer. I'm going to go next to Mr. Alderman. Ron, any questions for the applicant this evening?
No, it just seems these guys have done the homework, and the building is not going to be any smaller than that previous one, so I'm fairly covered the contamination on there. I'm good.
Great, thank you. We'll next go to Mr. Barney. Bill, any questions?
No, I think it's a great thing. They're getting rid of an old crappy building and putting up something good.
Right. Take care of an eyesore.
That's right.
All right, Bill, thank you. And on to our esteemed chairperson, Mr. Charles Kopp. Charles, you may have noticed that they put in the paved aprons just for you.
Yes.
But I don't know if you have any other questions.
No, I noticed that. No, I have no questions. It all looks good. I went through all the drawings and everything. I didn't see anything.
Great.
There's a problem.
Okay, well, thank you. And just for folks' edification, we do not have any citizens in the meeting this evening. Mike, unless do you have anything to add, or are you okay? Just want to give you an opportunity just in case you had anything else to add. You all set? Okay. All right, so since there are no members of the public in the meeting, it would be appropriate to proceed to a motion if anyone feels comfortable doing that with the information they've received this evening in the packet.
I move we accept as presented.
Okay, so Ron Alderman has moved to approve as presented, correct, Ron?
I'll second that.
Okay, Charles Kokoris has seconded that. And we'll just by saying aye, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Are there any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, well, that's unanimous approval, so no roll call necessary.
Dan,
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, can I just have clarification on how to spell Mike's last name, please?
Oh, Mike, yes, how do you spell your last name?
It's the got a D apostrophe capital A Gata.
Good thing we asked, so good. So thank you, Mike, we appreciate that. So Mike and Dave, thank you very much. Jason and Eamon, you guys can obviously stay if you'd like, but that will complete your hearing. Board members, is there any other business? I would like to announce that we do have another meeting on the 19th. Hopefully it will go as smoothly as this evening, but we do have a couple of more perhaps at least interesting, if not controversial applications that have a lot of other things that people might be interested in. So we'll see how that goes, but that will be on the 19th. That's we'll try to do that again by Zoom. We'll see how it goes. Seems like we did pretty good this evening, so I feel really good about that. But if anybody has any other business, this would be the time to let us know.
Just thanks for the practice runs there. Some of us needed it more than others. So, good deal. Thank you for that. Good job.
Yes, well, thank you, everybody. Really, I know this is difficult, but I appreciate everybody making the best of it. Dave and Mike and Eamon and Jason, thank you very much for making this a smooth process. With that, I would it'd be certainly appropriate if everyone's ready to go home and have some supper. I guess everybody is already home. I'm the only one who probably isn't. I'll go home and have some supper.
There you go.
If we could get a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Okay, so
I'll
Charlie,
second that.
of course, made the motion.
second
Charles
that.
Kopp seconded it. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 All right, I'm going to call that unanimous. So thank
All
you,
right.
everybody.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your evening. And Mike, Dave, Eamon, and Jason, I'll be putting out a written decision and sending it out to you, but your application has been approved. So thank you
Excellent.
very much. And best,
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Everybody.
thanks, everybody.
See you guys.
Aye.